Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited to share today's set with you because I am absolutely obsessed with how it came out, and I have to say this might be my absolute favourite set I've done so far. So I'll quickly run you through the colours. Really, we've only got two today. You want to pick out a nude for yourself, and also a purple is the colour I've gone for today, which is Vanilla Sky from Glam. But you can switch out the colours with whatever colour you're going for. But this is the first 5 fingers I've already done, so we're going to recreate the other 5 to complete today's press on nail set, and I'm honestly so excited. I can't wait to wear these because these are actually made for me. And then here I'm just showing you the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today to get the aurora kind of effect on my nails. I did have some pigments, but I cannot find them right now. I know I bought them exactly for this type of design. I can't find them, so I went for my plan B, and my plan B was actually to use some really old eyeshadow palette, and I also couldn't find that either. I know it's somewhere, so that will eventually come up on the channel, I'm sure, but I couldn't find it, and so I had to go for the next thing, which is that palette. And I'm just not really into like mega coloured eyeshadow palettes anyway, so I just thought I'm not going to use it, and I already touched it and played with it, so I can't really sell it or anything. So next thing, I can use it for nails, so we're going to use it, and it actually worked out really well. I'm really happy with the final results. We're going to start by applying 3 nails with that nudie shade. We've got the pinky, the middle, and the thumb. Then the other 2 are going to have the purple. So right now they probably look quite similar to one another, but we're going to do another coat off camera once I do this, and then we can come back on and I'll show you step by step everything that I do. Aurora nails have actually become quite an easy thing. I used to be quite scared of it, to be honest. It looked quite difficult, especially when I noticed people are using airbrush machines and stuff, and that's kind of an investment, and even then I just saw some people still struggling to use it, so I wasn't too sure whether or not I should invest in one. I haven't, but I'm quite glad I haven't, because this method is so much easier, and it's basically stuff you've got at home anyways. But before we get to that, we do have a French tip going on, and we will have 3 of those on all those nudie nails. So I am using that same purple that we used earlier, and I'm doing a French tip. The purple is quite a really nice purple because it's kind of giving pinky vibes here and there. It's kind of got like a pinky undertone, maybe because of that nudie pink that we've got going on. It maybe is bringing out a little bit more of that pink. But I'm going to show you me doing the French tip on all 3 nails, just so you can see how I do it. I do have a video on my channel I mentioned before too, but in case you're new, I do have a video on my channel where I walk you through different methods on how to do French tips, and also the different French tips out there and how to do them, so definitely check it out. If I don't forget, I will try to link it below, because I know I've had quite a couple comments in my previous video that I mentioned it in, asking for links, so I'll try and remember to add it into this video. But it's very helpful, hopefully, and if you have any extra questions on it after watching that video, let me know, and I can maybe do like a follow-up video and walk you through your questions and stuff, and hopefully answer them and show you guys how to do it and stuff. But yeah, that's the second one. I'm sorry about that pink tint right now. I do have the lamp next to me running. It has a really cute pink light when it cures, so it's the Glitterbels. It's their older one, but it's the Glitterbels nail lamp before they've upgraded. I think their lights are still pink. I'm not too sure, but it's really cutesy. I like it. It gives a cute little look. But I forget that it creates a little tint, and I've got the lamp really close to me, so when I'm recording, I forget that I kind of need to wait for it to stop curing before I continue painting. And it creates a little hue, little pinky tint. But yes, that's the last Frenchie. I will do another coat off camera. And now it's time for the fun bit. Get yourself a nail art brush, and then start dipping into the colour that you want, and very gently start tapping it where you want it. You really want to go light-handed, preferably, and just take your time with it, because once you get it wrong, you kind of get it wrong, and we are utilising that tacky layer that the gel polish has left to help the pigment kind of transfer over to the nails. So it's quite important that you get it right the first time, otherwise obviously once you wipe it, which you can wipe it, but you are going to remove the tacky layer, so bear that in mind. If you do end up having to wipe, it's not the end of the world. You might just have to do a layer, maybe another layer of gel polish, cure that in place, get that tacky layer back again, and then retry. But I'm trying to focus the pigment in the center of the nail, but making sure that I'm not going too far to the sides, because I do want that purple to come through on the sides. Then when it comes to the French tip nails, I'm only focusing that pigment on the tips of the nail. And not going anything further than the smile line, essentially, and still leaving that little gap there as well. And then once I'm happy, this is where it's a bit of like a trial run. I haven't done too many of these, but I really like the final results. I'll definitely be picking this kind of design more often. You might see different variation on my channel of these kind of designs and different colors and stuff. But my thought process was I need to do some art on top of it. And to not ruin it, I'm going to go ahead and apply a base coat, which I thought was going to work as like a layer to, you know, cure that in place and then do my art on top. It started to I kind of started to get that pigments that we just placed down into the brush, onto the nail. It was kind of being weird, started separating, but I just had to just continue now because once I place it down, you know, if I wipe it off, I'll ruin the whole thing, which was fine. The problem was that I went to wipe the silvery glittery thing, gel polish that I'm using right now, off of one of the nails, and it actually just wiped away the base coat and the pigment that I placed down already, even though I already cured the base coat. So I don't know whether it just didn't cure properly or what happened there. So I don't know how much I can recommend this base coat method. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a top coat instead. I don't know. Don't know what happened here. I'll figure it out, come back, report on another video of something similar, and see kind of how we go from there. But besides that though, with the silver gel polish, this is a nail art gel from Madame Glam. It's one of their silver ones, and it's literally designed to be a nail art gel, which is nice because it's very pigmented and very easy to work with, which I love. And we're just going to do accents on every single nail here, and I really like it because not only does it add a really nice sparkle, so for people who don't like crystals or anything like that, this will be a really nice alternative because it creates that little sparkle and bling to the nail. On the middle nail that we're working on right now, we're going to do like a massive star right in the center there on the nude bit. And then we do have a couple extra stars. We'll have essentially stars on every single French tip nail, and then some fiddly lines on the other nails that we'll get to in just a second. These nails, or this design, is very popular. Like, I've seen everyone have this exact design everywhere, basically. Pinterest, YouTube, everyone's got them. They're very popular right now, very trendy, and to be fair, fairly easy to do, for sure, I think anyways. Very easy, very straightforward. Probably the hardest thing I'd probably say is likely the French tips, really getting that French tip perfect. But apart from that, I think it's fairly beginner friendly, should we say. But yes, once those stars are done, now we're on to this fun bit. So this is going to be the ring finger. So you want to do like a curved line, and you don't want it like straight. You want it from one corner to the other. That's kind of going to be your base. And then you want to do these two lines that you then are going to connect. But I don't know what happened to my recording because suddenly it just cuts. I don't know whether I just did it off camera, I don't know, or maybe I went off camera a little bit and I just can't use the footage. I edited this footage a couple of days ago, so I can remember now what happened, but I just disappear. So you've seen the final results in a moment, but nothing too crazy or hard there. We're going to finish off with another star on the pinky, and then last but not least, we'll have the index finger to finish off, which we are going to do something very similar to what we did on the ring finger as well, but just slightly different angles and different lines. Once that's done, we will have some crystals, nothing crazy though, very minimal, very simple. And then we are also going to incorporate like the wet look that people were doing as well. So we're almost kind of incorporating all of the trends that have been going on for a little while now into one set, which is cutesy and fun. Honestly, I can't wait to do like I'm kind of envisioning like a summery, palm tree, bright neon colours, but kind of in this style. I don't know what I'm thinking. I've got some ideas, so I'm gonna have to try it out. Sometimes my ideas don't work out, so there may not be a video of anything similar to that, but we'll see. This is the nail I was talking about earlier that I messed up, so I did have to wipe it and try and go back in, and this one ended up being a little bit more now darker, where I placed the pigment down, which is okay. It's not too noticeable, but it's definitely there, which sucks. So don't do the same mistake as me. But this is the what I like to call a skeleton of our little lines that we're going to make. And then I'm kind of thickening them up, trying to I don't know how to explain it. It's best you see what I'm doing here, but right there in the center is where it's going to be kind of the thickest, and then you want to kind of make it thin out those lines as you go out from the center, if that makes sense. And then we'll go ahead and cure that. As this is a nail art gel, if you wanted to, you could essentially do that actually on a top coat. So this cure's tack free, and you can use it on a glossy matte top coat or anything like that. So really I could have done it with a top coat rather than base coat. We'll see. I can retry, do another design and see how it goes. But at this stage I am applying some Rhinestone glue gel, and I'm going to place a little crystal in the center of each I was going to say flower, each star. So we have 3 stars in total, 3 nails with a French tip and stars, so 3 crystals. And I'm sticking with the same size. It's one of those sizes where it kind of works for the large nail and the small nail, so works for me. You can kind of mix and match the crystals if you wanted to, and I am applying them before any top coat or anything like that because these are wearable press-ons, so I want to try and keep the crystals on those nails for as long as I possibly can. So I'm going to apply it before, and then we're going to apply the top coat on top of those. So this is my top coat from a cart, and I'm going to apply it on top, and then go ahead and cure that. After that's cured, then you want to grab your Rhinestone glue gel out again. The Rhinestone glue gel I'm using is from a cart, and it's one of their more, I've noticed they do 2. So they do one in like a circular container, and that's more of their like thicker looking gels, I guess. And then they do one in like a squeezy tube, and there's more of that like a liquid style glue, I guess. Rhinestone glue gel, I mean. And that's the one I prefer to work with when it comes to this because I've got a little bit more maneuver in a way. But you do also need to bear in mind that it's a bit more moldable, so it could move too, so bear that in mind. So right now I'm going to use a dotting tool. Also I did depot my Rhinestone glue gel, the squeezy tube one, into one of these containers, so don't think it's that thick one, it is the more liquidy one. And I'm going to do a couple dots here, so that's how we're going to create our little like water droplet look. I know mine's not very perfect. I haven't done too many of these, so don't really have much practice in them or perfecting them, but it was enough to kind of make it work. So we're going to do that on the index and the ring finger as well, and it's three dots. You kind of want to place it wherever you want to. I was trying to not place them too close to one another, kind of spread it out a little bit. And then obviously again pop that in slam for a cure. Then last step for today is going to be the pinky, middle and thumb. Those we're going to do those kind of lines, so it's not really like a wet look. I don't really know what you want to call that, really, like a 3D line look, I don't know. But grab a long brush preferably, you'll find that it will be just easier for you to work with that way. Dip it into the Rhinestone glue gel and just do lines, like a curved line on the French tip part only. On the thumb you've got 2. On the pinky you'll also have 2, and it'll be on the opposite side to where the star is, because likely the star took up a bit of space on your French tip. So you want to do it on the opposite side. And then on the middle one, you're going to have 1 on one side, 1 on the other. Because our star is very high up in the middle there, you've got lots of space down below. So you can do 1 on one side, 1 on the other. And then once you're happy, that is basically the final set. I will pop it onto my little container just to show you. I do put it on the clear side just so it's easier to see. But obviously if you were to use these containers for selling press-ons, definitely pop the nails on the pink side. But here are the final results. I'm so excited. Once I put them on, probably in about a week or two's time, I will definitely put up a video of it on my hand just to show you the final results in action. But I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'd love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.